Hello everyone, this is Dr. Patrick Dix coming back at you with another video. And yes, the title is correct and the date. This is not a mistake, this is not an error. This was a presentation I created for a mentoring circle back on January 28, 2019. That is 3 years ago, will be 4 next year. And failure is an option. Failure has allowed me to reach pinnacles in my life that I never thought I would reach. And I've went through a lot of events by failing and taking the risk to get to the next step. So I want to encourage you out there, do not be afraid to fail. Always reach for the stars, reach for the moon, go forward. Don't doubt yourself. Put one foot forward, as the old folks say, and take the back one and put it in front of the other one. Keep moving and keep getting to the next step. Why do we fail? What happens after we fail? What contributes to failure? How does failure affect the present, past, and the future? Why should we embrace failure to succeed? We fail at trying to get to something new. Everybody's going to fail at something in life. Nobody's perfect. The thing is, what happens after you fail? What do you do?
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Do you beat yourself up? I used to do that when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I found another way to get around it. That showed me that method didn't work. All it takes is one time to get it right. You know, you can look at the old videos of Elon Musk testing the rocket boosters, you know, on a moving platform, because with the space shuttle, one of the things is, back in the day when they would ascend into the air, they would have to go into the Atlantic Ocean, and they would have to pretty much send ships out to get the rocket boosters back, or the pieces that broke along when it was traveling in the air. So what SpaceX and Elon Musk, the engineers, try to develop is, why not have the boosters break off and land back on a moving platform? I think it's a beautiful thing that they failed that much at it and they finally got it right. So now, you know, they look like geniuses. All it takes is one time to get it right. Remember that. And what contributes to failure? Everything. As I stated, moving to the front of anything, getting better in your career, getting better with your family, getting better at whatever you want to do. How does it affect the present, past, and the future? Presently, it could build your confidence. In the past, you can look back on your previous failures, and in the future, you can become even better. And you should embrace failure to succeed in business and life. I want you to remember, there is no book for life. There is no book on how to do anything right. Always remember, you create your own destiny. Myself, I like to follow my own lead. I don't like to do what everybody else does. That's what I do to get to where I need to get. Negatives of failure. This is true with me and probably several of you. Confidence is lower, beneficial risk will not be taken in the future, self-doubt, failure to believe in own abilities, and employees doubt leadership's decision making. That last one is, if a company has someone or they have a manager that fails at decision making, they will feel that way about them. So all of these can apply to your life. We can replace employees with family. You know, if the husband makes a decision for the family and it doesn't turn out right, the wife and the kids, maybe even the dog, would doubt them. So it applies to every aspect of life. Those are some of the negatives of failures. Companies that were created due to failures. WD-40. I remember growing up on the farm, and I remember at our auto paint and body shop, we used WD-40 to loosen bolts and everything. I still use it to this day. It's called Water Displacement 40. It took 39 tries for them to come up with a lubricant formula to prevent rust and loosen bolts. That's why it's called 40, WD-40. They got it right on the 40th try. We all know about the Wright brothers, repetitive flights and the adventures of the airplane. Bubble wrap. It was initially used as home insulation, and IBM used it to package computer components. And the pacemaker, which is very, very important. We have people that have pacemakers, elderly, young people, people that have certain health conditions. Wilson Greatback pulled out the wrong size resistor and plugged it into the circuit. When it was installed, he realized it sounded like a human heartbeat. He sized it and later put it into humans to help with heart rhythms. Just think about the failures. All four of those are major failures. All four of those things have changed our lives, especially with WD-40 loosening bolts. Definitely the Wright brothers. We fly everywhere. Bubble wrap. Hey, there are things I want packed, computer parts or anything I don't want to be disrupted or fragile things. And the pacemaker is a life-saving device. Positives of failure. It adds confidence to your decision making. It has added major confidence to my decision making. One of the other things too is failing has taught me to invest in myself and invest and invest and invest. I don't care how much money it costs, I continue to invest in myself. And it's also taught me new ways to complete tasks. I mentioned this earlier. There is no right way to get to the top of a mountain. A mountain has many different angles. All that matters is you get to the top. Confidence is instilled into the employees or leaders, knowing the team is willing to take risks to accomplish their task or meet goals. That's why I encourage not only myself, I encourage people to take risk. You will not be successful in life unless you take risks. Take one foot, put it forward, as I said at the beginning, and take the other one and do it. Let everybody laugh because at the end of the day, the same people that are laughing wanted to do what you wanted to do. And that's in one of the last slides. Always move forward. My own failures. I got fired off my first job in September 2010 and my first real job by 2011. Those were pivotal moments in my life. Those have shaped my life and allowed me to find out what was wrong with me as a person. I accept accountability. I deserve to get fired off of my first jobs, but also they took my life and put it in a whole different direction, which is why I'm at the point I'm at now. I applied for over 500 jobs during that period. I did not get a job to 2012 and I got laid off in August 24th. Um, the actual date was September 30th, but they let me go. I sucked at interviews. I want y'all to remember, I learned how to interview by going on all those interviews and applying for those jobs. I still have people contact me about being in a database from 2011 and 12 looking for jobs. So those pivotal moments have really impacted my life. And we're talking about events 11 years ago. Positives on my old failures. Getting fired was the best thing that happened to me. It helped propel my life and career. I started graduate school right after I got fired and graduated in May 2014. It built my confidence. And I've stated this throughout the presentation. I don't mind failing to get to my destination. I learned how to interview better and it paid off. And during this period, I read a book called The Lombardi Rules, and it helped me to focus on my strengths and not my weaknesses. That also helped change my career. It's about an 80 or 90 page book. I remember one of the key things to focus on my strengths and not my weaknesses, and it really, really paid dividends. And lastly, takeaways. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for failing. As I stated, they want to do the same things you're doing, but they're too afraid to do it. Fail early, fail big, and learn from it. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I enjoyed sharing this information with you. Anything I could do to help people to become better, because right now people have a lot of doubt about themselves, but I tell everyone that's listening to this presentation, remember, you can achieve, you can become better at what you're doing. So this is Dr. Patrick Dix. I am on Instagram as King of Automation, on LinkedIn at Dr. Patrick Dix, and my website is automationawareness.com. And the other address that I'm going to shift it to is the Dix Consulting Group. So those things will be listed in the bottom on my YouTube video or Instagram on how you can reach out to me for consultations. Again, I thank you for listening to this video. Have yourself a great day, a great night, or whenever you're viewing this video. Take it easy.